All right, everybody, welcome into the Hennessy Performance Racing League. We have some Xfinity action tonight, race 2 in the playoffs. We are at Iowa Speedway. We had a very interesting week last week with a non-playoff driver winning in Big Jim. I am joined in the booth tonight by my team owner, my teammate, and last week's Cup winner, the Heredia God. How are you doing, bud? Yeah, very interesting. We have a short track here. We're going to have two short tracks in this full playoffs for the Xfinity Series with us going to Bristol in 2 weeks. So it's going to be very entertaining to see. I think we're going to see a lot of bumping and banging, but the one thing that's really interesting about Iowa is it's a two-groove racetrack, which you really don't see a whole ton of in this game, but you can definitely run the high line, and you can definitely run the bottom line. I mean, you have a little bit of experience in this league. You're an Xfinity Series champion yourself as well. So, I mean, for you at Iowa, what's your preferred line, and what do you think these drivers are going to do tonight? All right, and actually, give me 1 second, Freddie. Can you make sure that your voice sharing is on? I'm hearing that we can't hear you. Either your voice sharing isn't on or you're not talking too loud. I'm not sure. Um, Not 100% sure. I'd assume it'd be in the audio settings. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the PS5. But while he's figuring that out, we'll kind of get.
I got
Oh,
it.
you
There you
got
go.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we should have a copy on you now. So I'm kind of going to ask the question again, so you can talk to the fans and everybody watching. What's your approach here at Iowa? Like I said, with it being a two lane racetrack, and how do you think these drivers are going to go about it tonight?
Well, you're gonna see multiple grooves here, especially at the beginning of the run. Where you see a lot of people go high and beginning run because the high lane does work for like the first 5, 10 laps, but then you see most people, most drivers, unless you're really good at high line, go back to the bottom. That's where the fastest line around the track is, and that's where people will go mostly. So,
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. Tonight it's gonna be a pretty interesting, mix up. I mean, one of one of your drivers, my teammate Cody the Bear, honestly one of the Xfinity Series championship favorites, not going to be racing tonight. Um, and then potentially masopes not being able to race either. Last night's truck winner, who had a really good run at Chicagoland last week. But if he's not able to run, how do you think these two missing tonight is going to impact the playoffs for the rest of the drivers?
well, it's gonna be big. According to the Bear, Eric, I think he was one of the Final Four, favorites into making the Final Four. He's not racing tonight or Masopes. He was feeling confident in this race in particular, and he's not racing either. So I mean, this opens a huge window for everybody below the cut line to try to gain as much points or even overtake them. So it'll be interesting to watch here.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. And I mean, like we said last week, we had a non-playoff driver win in Big Jim, so that means at least one person is going to make it in on points. So it almost feels like, I mean, depending on how the rest of the drivers do, we might see Cody and Masopes both in a must-win situation going on, and that it does kind of fare well for Cody with next week us going to Watkins Glen, but it's not looking good for Masopes. I talked to him on the playoff preview show, and he really said that he had Chicagoland circled going into the playoffs because he felt like that was his best track. He said he struggles at road courses, and then Bristol it just hasn't been good for him. But it's really kind of looking like these two might be in a must-win scenario. I mean, after the first week of the playoffs, Cody's only 10 points above the cut line. So, I mean, there's no way he doesn't drop below it. But the real question is, how far is he going to drop below it? And in the next 2 weeks, if he doesn't win, can he outpoint enough people to make it in?
I think Cody the Bear could definitely outpoint those people behind him in the cut line. If he races next week and the races after that, I think he's very confident in winning the Glen for sources. And as a team, when me seeing him run there, I mean, I think his chances are very high on winning that race next week. So watch him make a comeback next week.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, like I said, with those two being out and Cody being a heavy, like one of the heavy favorites going into this, how do you think that fares for the other person who we've all kind of talked about as being another heavy favorite, Elite? I mean, he doesn't have somebody who's been like his biggest competitor all season here, and this is one of his better tracks. How do you think that shapes out tonight for him?
Well, I think this shapes out really well for him. I think just having a rival during the season and not him racing, it gives him his confidence to just go out there and dominate the race without no pressure. Like that's going to be very beneficial to him, knowing that he could probably get a win and just feel safe until the championship race later on in the season. So
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, with that being said, we also do have a couple part-time or all-star rides in the field tonight. I believe JoJo is racing tonight. From what I've heard, he's fairly decent here at Iowa. Do you think a driver like JoJo could really, stick a fork in the playoffs and we can get a second driver that's not in the playoffs win tonight?
I definitely see that happening, but I feel like with the pace Elite has shown, and Jojo probably not putting as much laps as he would normally since it's not his series. Jojo and others could probably have a good fight, but I think Elite here just I think he will own today's race. So I don't know, but anything can happen.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you're wrong. I mean, so going into it, it sounds like you are picking Elite to win. Is that your pick to win tonight?
Yeah, since Eric's not racing, I'm definitely gonna take Elite.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I definitely think Elite wins it tonight, but I'm going to make things interesting and go a different route. I'm going to pick another one of your drivers, another one of my teammates. I think Kenny gets it done tonight. I think
Oh,
we have not seen the best of Kenny this season, but I think there's just this little urge in me, this little feeling I have that Kenny's going to come out tonight and kind of impress some people. And I'm not 100% sold that he's necessarily going to win, but I think he's going to have a really solid points day. And if we do have, like I said, somebody like JoJo or somebody, a non-playoff driver, win again, he's going to set himself up in a really good situation to make the playoffs with two people making the championship four on points at that point.
yeah, that's true. I mean, he is in right now on points. He's in fourth, I think, ahead of McCard, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, he's been, even though he's not winning races, I mean, he's been very consistent. And next week is what he will call it his playground. So, watch out next week if he has a good points day today. So,
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, like I said, I really don't see I don't think we've seen the best out of Kenny this season. Um, I've definitely seen some of the stuff he's been able to do in the past in this league. Just, I mean, last season was
yeah,
dominant.
he is a champion. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
was
was a
dominant in
champion
the
last season.
Xfinity series. So I feel like I said, we haven't seen the best out of him, and maybe these last four races we'll see him kind of turn it on a little bit, and maybe give those the two favorites a little run for their money.
Yeah. As well, qualifying is over, and your pick is starting 13th place. Kenny LaFleur. You have to make a huge comeback during the race. Pole position is Freedom, and Jackson Altman is starting front row with him. Wow.
Freedom is the hot lapper. He's one guy this season that I swear he might have the record for most poles. Like he has to. I feel like he starts on the
Uh,
pole almost every race and then just kind of fades back as the race goes on.
well, I think that you're kind of right. There's a trend. I think season two, the record for poles was by McCard, a JRM driver. He had like 15 poles or 16 poles, or like the 30 races that was ran that season. I mean, he was flying on the pole laps just like Freedom is this season.
Yeah, well, this is not something I want to see about my pick. My pick's in Discord saying that this track sucks, so my confidence in him is already tanking at the moment. Not looking good for my pick. Are you able to see where did Elite qualify?
Um, he is in P3.
Well, he's looking like he set himself in a good situation. Very good starting position, and like we said, I mean, Freedom seems to start the race really well and then fade. So I don't see Elite having any issue getting around, especially with I believe they're teammates, right? Elite and Freedom.
Yeah, they're teammates, and
Yeah, so
Jared.
yeah, so I definitely see Freedom not battling Elite too much, and it's gonna make things pretty interesting. Like we talked about previously, I'm really interested to see at the end of the race how the playoff situation stacks up with two guys that are up there in points missing.
Yeah. Well, as we are talking about it, I didn't get an invite, so uh, uh, and the race is starting now.
I also did not get it. Actually, I did get an invite. I got an invite from Nobes. I'll get in there and I'll invite you. Alrighty. Oh, and it looks like Masopes was able to get in here. I don't know if he's potentially just starting in parking or if he got the internet situation figured out, but he's in the back in 16th.
Hopefully, he has it figured out.
That would definitely be huge for him.
I am coming now.
Yeah, I sent you two just in case. I'm gonna go ahead and get Nobes' stream up as well. That way we have a lap counter
All
for
right.
tonight.
As we're underway, oh my contact already. Elite sends Jackson Altman up the track for second place. Oh, there's a lot of test scheme cars here today. Oh my god. There's already 3 of them in the top 5.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of these guys were practicing before the race then.
This is SHR.
The rumor mill has it don't mess with SHR, so
Yeah, don't mess with SHR. Oh, there goes Jim 2D high lane. I don't know if that's going to work for him. Oh, yes, he is. He's going to have a huge run here.
all right, but up front, Freedom and looking pretty good to start the race off. Elite is able to get into second place and clear.
I can have a lap count out for you if you want it to be easier.
Yeah, I just got one up. Yeah, so Masopes is able to race tonight, and he had to start in the back, and he's trying to work his way through the field. We're gonna keep an eye on him periodically through the night. Oh, Nobes! Nobes all the way down to the bottom of the track. Don't know if he made contact with somebody or if he got loose, but
Yeah, it's contact with the 54. I think a speed racer. And, you know, he's willing to move anybody he sees in his way. So there's already contact with speed. And he's putting a big block on the soaps.
yeah, and up front, it looks like Elite is kind of reeling in Freedom a little bit here. I mean, early on in the race, I mean, a 29 lap stage, and
Yeah,
he's
you
already
have.
trying to peek the nose underneath there. It looks like he wants to lead, and he wants it bad. Freedom's going to take a defensive line, take the inside. Or no, he might just be giving up the position. He is.
Yeah,
He's just going to
yeah,
give
he
Elite
is.
the position.
I think this is just a common occurrence for Freedom here. He starts up front, gets a really good 1 lap pace, but just during a race, I mean, he falls off. It's just not as quick as his teammates or anybody else in the top 5, top 10 half usually.
See, he's able to slide up right there in front of Big Jim and maintain second, but Big Jim's now going to peek underneath him on the inside. Freedom's going to try and run the high side here in 1 and 2, get a good run off, maybe stay even. Is Jim going to be able to slide up? He is. Now another crossover by Freedom. He's going to look to the inside in 3 and 4.
Oh,
Is he going to be able to clear here? Not necessarily clear, but he is even Jim with the run off, though. Jim should be able to clear. Nope. Yes, he is. He's going to really dive it in there.
He clears himself. He just messed with him. Here comes Jackson Altman onto the inside. Oh, he hits the wall.
With all this going on, Elite is just pulling away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, and then these 5 people separate themselves from Dead and Speed Racers, 2 DGR drivers behind them. As they're looking to catch up to his front pack.
As one of the guys we talked about, Masopes, he was up in that front pack for a little bit. Just checking in on him, he is falling back quite a bit. Another guy who started in the back and he's trying to work his way forward is another person we talked about, JoJo. He is on the march. Looks like he's battling for 10th place with Nobes right now.
Yeah, he's in a huge pack right here behind. He's trying to work himself up.
Yeah, you see a little bit of contact between JoJo and Nobes there. You see Wuchia. He's back there battling. He's going to need a decent point stay. He did not have a great showing at Chicagoland. But back up front, Freedom is now back to 5th place. And he's just trying to maintain contact with this front 5 here. Really dives it in.
Nobes.
Gets underneath Killer almost.
Nobes is, I think, short pitting. I don't know. I'm not sure. He's in pit road right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't know if we had to make green flag pit stops here.
I'm not sure. I think you do, but I don't see why you would pit this early. Maybe just trying to get clean air, probably.
Yeah. Looks like we do get 24 laps of fuel during this run, so we are going to have some green flag pit stops. Going to be interesting to see the strategies a lot of these guys go with.
I think it's a 2-tire strategy here, or no tires. Oh, I think someone else is signaling. I think a Speed Racer is signaling. So, yeah, people are pitting early.
Looks like it is Speed signaling. He is going to be entering pit road here. Yeah, I mean, potentially. I mean, if you're in the back of the pack and you don't see yourself getting stage points, I don't necessarily mind pitting early and maybe trying to switch things up, get a little bit of a setup in, see if it works for the rest of stage 1. If it doesn't, you have a base to go off of for the rest of the race. What adjustments you need to make from there? That's really the only thing I can think of. As riding along with Killer, he is in 3rd, and it looks like these SHR guys are. Oh, Miss Freedom is actually able to get past Jackson Altman for 4th here. But the SHR guys look pretty strong.
They're coming to play. Yeah, they're coming to play. They're ruling by their name. Don't mess with them. And they're coming out to play right now. It's Jim, Killer, and Jackson are all in the top 5. So.
Yeah. Also, a pretty good running by Captain Dead Dad. He's up into 6th place. He had a very solid running last night in the truck race. Was so close to getting the win last night at New Hampshire, and was involved in a little bit of shenanigans, and Masopes was able to come out on top.
Yeah, he's known for his little short tracks. He tells love for New Hampshire. He says all the time New Hampshire is his, I think, favorite track. I'm not sure, but short tracks, he comes out to shine when the talent comes into play. And I mean, he's showing that short tracks and a little more talent during the races. He's here. He's coming after this front group right now. As I think the leaders are coming to pit here shortly. Kenny's pitting.
Yeah, definitely should. I mean, you're about a little bit over halfway through the stage. I mean, if you're going to take tires, I think you pit now. If you plan on taking none or potentially like 2, you got to push as far as you can.
I agree. As I'm not sure, but Elite is pulling away, but it's not as much as I would think it was. 2 people are sitting down pit road. Freedom and Jim, I'm pretty sure.
As this will be interesting to see. Make sure they get in there smoothly. And Killer's going to come in as well. Big Jim with a really good entrance. He's going to make a lot of time up there.
That's a lot of time difference, Jim.
Yeah. Killer with a not so great entry there. That was that could come back to haunt him a little bit at the end of the stage. Looks like
Yeah,
Dead
it was a
Dad
good thing. Oh,
is
everybody else is there.
signaling here.
That
Elite's
is
still out on
Jackson
the track
Altman.
though, so let's see how these strategies pan out, and how it affects, you know, potentially going into stage 2, what we might be seeing these drivers do if it's a similar distance.
Yep, he's signaling now. He's pitting. I think he's trying to go as far as he can to take less fuel and probably go faster at the end. But he's signaling. Oh, he made it. Okay, that was a great
Yeah,
pit entry from Elite.
very good pit entry by him. That's going to be another situation where it's just making up as much time as you can on pit road is huge.
Um, yeah, I think there is different strategies. Killer came in just in front of Big Jim, and he's like 3 seconds ahead of Jim and Freedom now. So
Yeah, he's
this
coming
is
Alpha 2
interesting
now, and
strategies.
he's going to be able to clear Jackson Altman too, so not sure how many
Oh wow.
tires he took, or if he took any tires. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out relative to Elite here on this lap.
I think Killer took less fuel than Jim. That's why he gained so much time. And Jackson Altman.
As
Um,
Elite is exiting, he is on the backstretch now. He's still getting up to speed, but he is still going to have a relatively big lead here.
yeah, yeah, he had a really good pit entry. I don't see him losing any time to Killer or Jackson. But Jackson, he's a huge winner here. He was a little behind Killer and
Ooh,
Jim, and he's
as
all in front.
this
Yeah,
could be big. I don't know if Masopes lagged out or what. It looks like he is still on pit road, so he might have lagged out, which, I mean, he's still going to get points for starting, but yeah, I think he lagged out.
yeah, I think he lied though. He said his under was terrible. So
Yeah, but
as this is Jim not Nobes. I mean I think he took four
yeah,
really early. Tried to
Nobes did take 4.
yeah. It just wasn't the right strategy here for Nobes.
Like I said, unless he was just trying something to see what he needs to do pitch strategy wise, or like, I mean, even setup wise for the rest of the race. But looking at that, we have 6 laps to go. We 5 laps to go now as Elite crosses the line.
I will say McCart has gained a lot of time on pit road. I mean, he was way behind everybody else, and he's right behind Dead Dad in fifth. So this
Yeah,
is a really good points here for McCard.
but this is kind of looking like what you predicted here. Elite just dominating.
Yeah, without I say big rival, not no bias, but without the big rival of Eric putting pressure on him, Elite is gonna have a safe sailing probably for most of this race. I mean, he's been the class of the field this whole season, along with Cody the Bear. So this is a cakewalk right now for him.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could potentially hold him back tonight is, I mean, these SHR guys. In my opinion, if they want to keep up with the lead, they're gonna have
They
to
need to
kind of get
wreck him.
aggressive early in the stage.
Yeah, they
You
need to
can't let
wreck him.
him clear and just pull out. You're gonna have to potentially move him up the track or something. Try something, because if not, if he gets a lead, I don't see anybody so far tonight that has anywhere near the pace to keep up with him.
I agree. I feel like if on these restarts, especially in start of stage two, you just have to wreck Elite here. We need to send him in the back somewhere. So through the SHR. So it'd be interesting to see this
As
next
we are
run after the
on the
pit.
last lap in stage 1. Elite with a huge lead here. He is going to win stage 1. It looks like we're going to have Killer in second, Jackson Altman in third.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
McCard with a little
did
bit of a
that?
bumper to Dead Dad. McCard's going to get fourth here. Captain Dead Dad fifth. Freedom sixth. Hendrick Chase seventh. Who is behind him? I could not tell. Ooh.
That's Hendrick. Hendrick's having a good run here tonight.
Yeah, as
And
Big
Big
Jim fell
Jim,
all the way back to ninth at the end of that stage. Not sure if he took a different pit strategy there.
he has a second of damage, so that damage probably was affecting him in some kind of way. Oh, this is going to be almost the same thing as last stage. 2 tires, probably. You have to make a pit stop.
That's a very interesting end of the stage there between Masopes and Captain Dead Dad. Or not Masopes, McCard and Dead Dad. We'll see how that impacts the race going on. But up front,
Here it
we
is,
have Killer taking the lead from Elite. Elite with a great restart on the outside, though.
Yeah, that shifter he has, it's going to be beneficial, especially with the high line. In turn 1 and 2, he's going to have a huge run here.
Yeah, Elite's going to get on the high side with a huge run. He's not going to be able to clear. Killer's going to keep him up high. Jackson Altman right behind Killer here. Contact between Jackson Altman and Elite. Elite's in the wall.
This is what I said.
Oh, and we have a spin. Oh, a huge wreck. Oh, my goodness. This is going to change everything.
This is what I said. You have to wreck Elite to win this race, and this is what happened.
They definitely did. And did we not have a game caution to that? No game caution.
Yeah, there might be a manual this time by.
I would assume there would have to be a manual.
Yeah, there's a manual. There it is.
Oh, man. That's going to be huge. And it's also going to kind of make things interesting from the fact that if we pit here, we might be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel because we have 25 laps to go now. By the time we pit and come back around and choose and everything, we'll have 23. So,
yeah, I think everybody's gonna have to pit here. Oh, McCarr, freedom! Oh my God, late pit entries. What the? I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if pit road was open.
It doesn't look like pit road was open, unless everybody that has damage just decided they didn't want to fix it.
I don't know. I think you have to pit here and take fuel at least, because there's no way you can make it to the end with just with 2 laps short on fuel. So this is, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, I'd imagine pit road was still closed. I don't see any way where nobody else pits in this situation.
I think there was just a miscommunication. I don't think pit road was open, like you said. And now everybody's coming down the pit road, so.
Yeah, everybody coming down pit road now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think McCarty Freeman probably gonna have to go back to the pack there. I don't think.
As we do have one person that stays out. I don't know how this is going to work out for him, but Nobes is going to stay out. I mean, he's going to have enough fuel, and he only ran about 1 lap. I mean, Nobes, if there's anybody in this field that's going to save enough no matter what, it's going to be Nobes. But how much is he going to have to save, and how many spots is he going to lose doing it? But, I mean, he is going to be your leader. He's going to get a lap for leading. I mean, a point for leading.
Second place. Ty Racing takes 2 tires, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Ty Racing out in the lead. He's kind of zooming right now. They're all trying to catch up to Nobes.
Well, this is an interesting stage 2.
This has definitely been interesting to say the least. We're coming to the choose line, and Nobes is going to take the bottom, Ty up to the top.
I'm not sure what's happening because McCarty Freedom went back down pit road, so I guess they're just going to have to go back anyway. So
unless it was a drive-through penalty.
Yeah. But everybody should be good to go on fuel. They pitted. Just go that manual. I'm not sure about Nobes. I know he can save it, but he's not going to be as fast at it in the run unless another caution comes up.
Nobes looks like he's right there on it. But this is going to be interesting. These two are just now exiting pit road. I don't think they're going to catch the field in time for the restart here.
I think it was gonna be like a Kyle Busch restart here.
They are
Actually,
just now on the back stretch.
they're probably going another lap. Okay. Yeah, they're going another lap here, so it should be fine.
As you know, this helps out Nobe so much in the fuel saving strategy.
This really does.
As this is going to pan out for him, it looks like. I mean, I definitely don't see him winning this stage. He hasn't necessarily had the pace to do that. But track position-wise, he's probably going to make up quite a few spots doing this. As
Yeah,
Elite
this is
way back
definitely
in the back with...
benefits Nose.
Oh, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was saying this definitely benefits Nobes like a lot. I mean, I think he might be gonna feel now. He had needed to probably save just a lap, but just no so many caution laps. I mean, this definitely benefits him. If he
Yeah,
wants to
definitely.
restart,
I think he is good on fuel here now, and he got a huge jump. Ty did not time it very well, and they are 3 wide right now for second place. As this could be huge as well for Nobes. If these guys battle a lot and Nobes is able to get a little bit of a gap, he really might be able to make up some track position. Going into 3,
yeah,
though, Killer's really going to dive it in, and he just looks like he has a much better car. Him and Jim.
Look at Jim. Oh my God, what a run on the outside from Jim there. That was impressive there.
Oh, Killer with the bumper to Nobes.
Oh, don't mess with SHR. I mean, there they come.
Here they go. 1, 2, 3. 3 wide for third place, though. Nobes is going to think better of it and back out. Captain Dead Dad's going to follow on the inside behind Jackson Altman, and Nobes is sinking like a rock right now. JoJo up on the high side. He's up to 5th place. Can he get up there and make things interesting? Ty and Jackson making a little bit of contact. JoJo looking underneath Ty for 4th place now. A little bit of contact between those two.
Yeah, this is once JoJo gets some laps under his belt and experience series, watch he's gonna be a big threat for this race. I mean, he started at the back and now he's up to 4th.
Yeah. Contact between McCart and Freedom, and Freedom's going to make contact with Speed as the guys in the back are beating and banging. One guy we're going to pay attention to, though, Elite. He's trying to make his way back through the field. I believe he is already up into 10th place.
Yeah, he's angry right now. He wants to get back up to that 98 bumper and probably showing some payback here. He's gaining time really quickly here. He's fast.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the calmest drivers, like when it comes to like the contact in the league, in my opinion, Elite, one of the cleanest people I've ever raced with. Will he actually retaliate, or is he just going to get back to the front, do his thing, and try and win the race? I mean, at some point, if I'm Elite, I got to stand up for myself. I mean, it looked like some fairly aggressive driving there that put him in the wall and put him in the back in the situation that he's in now. So at some point, you almost just got to return the favor and let him know, like, hey, if you want to bump me, I'm going to return the favor. I'm going to bump you back, but I'll do it worse.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been almost 2 seasons now. Elite has been bullied and picked on by other drivers for wins, stage wins, no matter what. He has not yet showed to retaliate. So this could be the night where he shows some retaliation to the SHR drivers.
It's 3 wide for first.
Wow, 3 wide for first place here.
The teammates, the test schemes.
Oh, God.
I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff out of this team before. Maybe they'll just stay 3 wide the rest of the stage to guarantee a 1, 2, 3.
You didn't mind, dude. This is tactical. Oh, 4 wide, JoJo.
JoJo to the bottom.
Oh my God, what a run he had.
A little bit of contact between him and Jackson, but JoJo is going to try and clear Big Jim for second. He's not going to be able to. Big Jim with the run off. JoJo's going to slide up and get the ideal entry into 3 here.
Yeah, this is what you said. It's a multiple groove racing. I mean, Jim's on the Highland. He's getting a run and exit. That's where it benefits the most on the Highland. The exit of the corner. And, oh my, Jackson moves Dad up on the track. Here's Kenny.
Look at Kenny. He's up to 6th. Some adjustments during the pit stops. Oh, Freedom into the wall. Ty into the wall. McCart into Ty. As Ty and Nobes just sank like rocks. They are almost back to last. Speed Racer behind them. But the strategy definitely didn't pan out the way we thought it would for them. But that's something to take notes on, especially in Stage 3 if we get any cautions. What not to do.
Yeah. In this game, a lap or 3 lap difference on tires is huge. Especially at Darlington with the next gens last week. A half a lap was just tenths of a second quicker of a difference. So I mean, you just had a pit there. That's just the tires going to show with nose and tires. So
Yeah.
not a surprise.
Checking back in on Elite, he's up to 7th place. He is behind Kenny now. He is just making his way through the field one by one here. As he's not too far away from that 98. I'm going to be interested to watch how the racing is when they get back near each other here. If I'm Kenny and Dead Dad, I'm letting Elite go. I'm just saying, hey, I might be losing a position, but I'm going to get one right back here soon because I think we might see Jackson in the wall or out of the groove here in a second. Oh, is Elite's going to stick his nose up under Kenny. Kenny tries to pinch it, but Elite did not back out of that.
Yeah, I think Kenny's going to let Elite know. Not Elite know. Elite go. Here's Elite's charging to the field. I don't know how many laps is it to go. There's 8 laps to go in this stage, so Elite needs to be quick and fast with his work here.
Yeah, and another thing to look out for a championship hopeful here, Nobes might be a lap short, so he might have to save a little bit just to at least make it to the line so he doesn't go a lap down. But it's not looking good for him.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. I think you just had a pit there and not manual caution just to ensure that you could make it all the way to the end. And Nobes took a gamble. It wasn't a blue gamble there, so.
Yeah, as Elite looks like he's peeking up underneath Captain Dead Dad. Dead Dad with a very defensive line into the corner. Up front, JoJo's still trying to get around Big Jim, and it's just not able to. Killer's still leading.
Yeah, just the high line, you could get under the person. Oh, he makes contact with the wall.
That might be the break JoJo needs here, as they're pretty even coming into the corner. If JoJo's able to send it in hard enough, he might be able to slide up, but he doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Jim's going to get the run off on the high side here. As JoJo's just kind of sitting there thinking, what do I need to do? And Jim to the bottom, JoJo tries to use the bumper a little bit there, it looks like.
Yeah, I think JoJo's a very clean, probably the cleanest driver I have straight up raced was like all my heat life, so he probably won't make some moves like this unless he really has to. So I think he's content with staying a third here. He's pulling away from Jackson, Dead and Elite, so I think he's very content here on third.
Yeah, it's coming to the line. We have 3 laps to go. How aggressive is Jim going to be? Is he going to be content letting his teammate just win the stage? Because that's big for Killer. I mean, Jim's not in the playoffs. Or is Jim out here just racing for himself at this point? I know the saying is don't mess with SHR, and it looks like it's every man for themselves. It's Big Jim to the bottom. He's going to try and pass Killer.
Yeah, I think... Oh, there's
contact. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go.
JoJo just in the catbird seat right here. He's just hoping these two hit each other and make a mistake. Jim's going to be able to try and clear. Oh, Killer and JoJo make a little bit of contact.
He clears Killer here. Here's JoJo under Killer. And there's Elite. He's almost in a back bumper of Jackson Altman.
If he gets back to him, does he move him for 4th place? That's going to be interesting to see, too. I don't think he's going to get to him in time in this stage.
Yeah,
but
I
up
think
front,
it's too late, but that was a really good rally back from Elite there.
Oh, Killer looks like he got. Oh, Big Jim! Big Jim got loose. JoJo to the lead. Killer on the high side. JoJo's going to really send it in. He's going to slide up a little bit of contact, and he's going to. Oh, JoJo! Oh, Killer comes down. JoJo's going to win the stage. Killer P2.
Jim ran out of fuel.
Jim ran out of fuel. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Elite got 4th, Jackson 5th, Kenny 6th, and Jim 7th. Wow. Dead Dad got 3rd. Wow.
A very good running by Dead Dad so far. I mean, a huge points day for him. And like we said, with Cody not being here, and now we're seeing JoJo up front, even Big Jim. I mean, we might very well see a second non-playoff driver win, which is gonna really work out for people like Captain Dead Dad, where like making it on points.
Yeah, this is really gonna help Dead Dad I don't know, man. This is crazy. This is gonna be crazy. That's third, JoJo second, Kittle's first. It'll be an interesting stage here once again.
As we get started here in stage 3, JoJo on the high side. Elite was looking to make it 3 wide for a second and thought better. That's definitely a smart move by him. JoJo on the high side. We haven't seen him up there very much. It looks like he prefers the bottom line. He's going to get a decent run off, but Dead Dad is really fighting there for second place.
There is 63 laps to go. You're gonna have to make at least 2 pit stops during this stage, so I don't think you have to save fuel here, but it'll be close.
JoJo's going to clear for second. They're 3 wide for
wide.
third. Elite all the way up by the wall. He's going to get a good runoff here. He's going to be able to clear Dead Dad. He's even with Jackson. How do these two race each other after the incident earlier? JoJo's trying everything he can. I don't think he doesn't look as comfortable on the high side as he does on the bottom. And I think Killer knows that, and Killer's taking the bottom away from him here.
Yeah, I think JoJo's trying to work the high lane, but he's just, yeah, as you say, he's just not as strong. He gets a good run.
He gets a very good run on the high side as he's going to pull even with Killer here. Oh, Jackson's going to send Elite again.
Oh my God. Well, Elite did try to clear himself. He into turn 3, so.
Let's see what happens here going into 1.
Oh,
I think Dead Dad might have just saved Jackson's life right there.
Oh, I think he did. Oh, here's Jim. Look at Jim. Oh, he puts him in the wall.
As Elite gonna pinch off Big Jim. I think he's decided I am gonna mess with SHR, but up front JoJo was able to take the lead, but he hits the wall. Killer gets into him again. JoJo's still in the wall. He's really slow. Killer
sends Jackson.
Oh my gosh, just sends him 3 grooves up the track.
Beating banging. Killer scooting away with this. He's very fast. So Killer, this is what Killer wants to see. He knows he has a good race car in the long run. He's scooting away right now.
This is absolutely huge for Killer.
Watch Jackson.
Dead Dad blocks hard. Jackson said, "You better not." As these guys are just battling for second place, and Killer is just laughing and looking in his mirror as he is still just gapping everybody.
Yeah, this is what Killer wants to see. He wants everyone to battle and hold Elite up. This is what you want. You want Elite to be held up here. Here's Elite and Jackson. What will Elite do?
Elite with a little bit of a bump here. Speed with a little bit of a bumper to Elite. JoJo on the high side.
Oh my God, JoJo.
JoJo's going to clear them all. Nope, not quite. Yes, he is. JoJo's going to clear to second place. He was just sitting there watching these two fight and said, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. Goes to the high side, is able to make it work. But Jackson's going to fight back on the inside. Looks like JoJo might have gotten into the wall a little bit on the front stretch. But Elite underneath Jackson now.
Elite's under Jackson. JoJo clears for a second. What can JoJo reel in Killer? JoJo and Elite. They're clear now.
As 2 guys that really love each other, Jackson and Speed, now bumper to bumper.
Oh, we know who won the war. Oh my God, someone sent somebody there.
As, yeah, it doesn't seem like Jackson, I mean, it's my first year in the league, but it doesn't seem like Jackson has been able to make too many friends, especially in my short time here. As he's going to send it in again. Oh, almost a little bit of contact with Elite there. Elite's going to try and clear JoJo, and if JoJo is smart, he doesn't really battle with Elite. I think Elite is the guy to follow up to the front to try and run Killer back down.
Yeah, I think JoJo smartly decided that he'll let Elite go. But yeah, as we're saying, Jackson has been in many wars, many great rivalries, and most of the time, he's been coming out on top. He actually made a Final Four one time with a war, so Jackson knows what he's doing when he comes to wars. So
yeah, as everything seems to be calming down a little bit in the back. Speed up to 4th now.
Yep, this is what Killer doesn't want to see right now. He doesn't want to see that 8-car front bumper in his rearview mirror get bigger and bigger and bigger each and every single lap. This is
And
going to be
I
an interesting
honestly,
finish
I
here.
think we're going to. I mean, like we saw in stage one, Elite was just the class of the field, and now that he's got clear space and he's got a little bit of a gap to JoJo, so he doesn't have to worry about any dive bombing. He can just run his line. I think we're gonna see Elite real killer in quite a bit. I mean, there's still plenty of laps left. We still have 2 pit stops to go through.
Yeah, what
I
Elite is
think Elite's in a
doing.
really good situation unless he messes himself up on pit road.
Yeah, here's speed. He made a move on oh, someone's wrecking. Jim almost wrecked. As we see with Elite, compared to Elite compared to Killer and JoJo, he's able to just get to the bottom a little bit quicker and stay there a longer period of time compared to those two. And he's just carrying momentum off the corner compared to JoJo getting off the bottom a little earlier. It's just taking away momentum and speed off the corner. He's just able to pull away and gain like Killer. Like he's very consistent, wrapping
Yeah.
that yellow line. That's what you need to do to get around this track.
Definitely. And one guy we haven't talked about much at all tonight, honestly, I haven't talked about him a ton all season. Been really quiet, but really consistent. McCard. He's up into 6th place. He's able to get by Dead Dad. Hasn't necessarily had race-winning pace tonight, but I mean we've seen him make a couple strategy moves to get himself up there. But he's doing what he needs to do right now to have a solid points day, like we've talked about multiple times already. And I hate to keep bringing it up, but with Cody missing, I mean McCard's in a really good situation here too. I mean just get as many points as he can tonight.
Yeah, yeah, and McCart has a good rally because he got that drive-through penalty for pitting when pit road was closed, and now he's back up to 6. So as you say, a really good run here to charge his way back up to the front and the back. So
And as we go back up front, you see the gap is shrinking a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it is shrinking. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys do on the pits. I mean,
oh
I don't think you necessarily want a short pit here if you're Elite. Not yet, at least. I mean, I think you have enough time to run him down if you keep doing your thing.
oh
But,
3 wide.
oh, McCard's going to really send it in there. As McCard's going for 4th now. We just talked about him in 6th. Here he goes for 4th.
Yeah, McCart is flying right now. He might be the fastest car on the racetrack right now. I'm not sure, but he's been flying this last run.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong about not having race winning pace. He just might not have enough time to get there.
Yeah, he might have to short pit a lap or two early. Yeah, I think it might be beneficial because tire wear does even out really quickly when these cars from the next gens, but you don't want to pit too early, so you gotta
Yes,
find that balance.
he's able to clear Jackson.
Oh,
As
Jackson!
I don't know if JoJo got
Wait,
loose there, or if he might have been
I
signaling to
think he's
pit.
signaling. Yeah, he's signaling.
He is
Yep.
signaling to pit, so JoJo is going to be the first one to bring it down. Jackson's going to follow. I think Jackson might have sped. He got in there pretty hot.
Oh, that's not gonna be good for Jackson.
As we will see when everybody cycles back out where Jackson ends up. But either JoJo really babied it in there, or Jackson cooked it.
Oh, Jackson sped. He put a hard brake. Rip. Yeah,
So
he put a heartbroken in the chat, so he definitely sped.
yeah, that's going to be all she wrote for Jackson unless we get a caution. And even then, he's still going to have a lot of spots to make up. But up front, look at the gap. As it looks like Killer might be pitting here, but Elite has ran him down.
This is smart for Killer. You want to... Oh, Elite comes down the pit. No, he doesn't. Oh, this is smart for Killer. You want to pit a lap earlier. He was very conservative, but lap earlier probably get you some time, pull away from Elite just a little bit, but...
Yeah, if you're Elite, you got to come this lap, though. You can't really stay out too much longer here.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does here. I didn't see him signal. Oh, but he is coming here, so...
Don't speed. That's a really good entry pit road. And look at McCard. McCard actually gained time just a little bit. McCard might be a threat during his final run here. He has something for Elite and Killer.
Yeah, especially if these guys start battling or something.
Yeah, I want to keep my eye out on Killer here.
Yeah, I'm watching Killers. Here comes JoJo. He was the first one to pit, as he made a ton of time up on Killer, as he's almost to the back bumper. He's got 2 lap fresher tires, so we'll see how that plays out throughout this run. But, I mean, short
Yeah,
pitting, he did make up a ton of time.
yeah, but yeah, it would have been really helpful if he passed Killer.
As he's
Um,
coming out, Elite is going to get jumped by JoJo, and that gap just increased quite a bit here.
yeah. Actually, I think JoJo has a quick enough car to where once the tires even out, I think he has a really good chance with Killer. But
Yeah, and the rest
two
of the pit
laps.
strategy, I mean, Elite back to third, Captain Dead up to fourth, Kenny LaFleur up to fifth, McCard back to sixth. Freedom, he's up to seventh, Big Jim eighth, and Wuchia in ninth.
Yeah, that's what happens when you short pit compared to other competitors that stay out longer. You just jump them, which I think McCarr should have did that if he wanted to change at these front runners to short pit. But
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see, I
oh,
mean, how these
speed is
guys...
bad too.
Oh, did he? It's going to be
Yeah,
interesting to see what these guys do on this next pit stop as well, because we still have another one we have to go through. I mean, if I'm Elite, I don't... It depends how much time he makes up throughout this run, but if I am still
Killer.
behind Killer...
Oh, Jojo.
both of them hit the wall, it looked like, as Elite's going to make up some time. But if I'm Elite and I'm still behind him, I'm not waiting that extra lap to pit. You saw how big of a gap Killer was able to create there. You might not have enough time to run him down. I'm either pitting one lap before him, or if I see him signal, I'm coming with him.
Yeah, I agree. As JoJo just lets the Elite go, he knows.
Yeah,
He
two
can't hold.
laps
He
or
can't hold it
three
up.
lap fresher tires for Elite compared to JoJo.
Yeah, Elite is the fastest car on the track right now. He is coming. McCard is coming too. He just got around Kenny. He's right behind Dead, so this is gonna be big. He's really a pit stop they all have to make here.
Yes, we have 37. We're coming to 36 laps to go here. Also, with this long of a fuel run, or a stage, rather, we might see some lap traffic get involved, too.
And guess what? One of the lap trap cars is the 98 of Jackson Altman.
As Elite
So
is here. He is sniffing the back bumper of Killer. I think he's going to make quick work of him. Killer's going to go with the defensive line here and take the bottom. But I really don't think it's going to matter.
Smart. He just gave Elite the outside with a huge run. Will Killer block? He's gonna stay low. Gonna give him top once again.
Yeah, Elite up top. He's going to get the run off here. It looks like he's not going to... Oh, no, Killer is going to be able to clear. What does Elite do? Elite gets aggressive, a little pump fake down low. Killer takes a aggressive route to block there. Not going to get a great entry here.
He's gonna have to clear himself here. Big block. He doesn't put a big block on Elite. He just have a huge run.
As Elite is even with him here as we enter 3.
Killer's gonna clear himself.
Clear, but Elite with the crossover. He got there, but a little bit of contact between the 44 and the 8. At this point, if I'm the 8, I don't want to waste any more time. I don't want to waste my tires. I mean, you got to use the bumper. You got to use the bumper. Let SHR know that you're willing to mess with them if they want to mess with you.
Yeah, you better mess with SHR as much as they mess with you guys. So, and guess what? Guess what just happens? JoJo is back in this fight. JoJo is about 5 turns back. He's coming. If they keep battling this, JoJo's gonna have a chance to win this race.
Yeah, especially if these tires even out, like you said. I mean, JoJo's in a really good spot. If these two keep battling and the pit strategy cycles out well for JoJo here, he should be fine. But the guy you mentioned earlier, McCard, he is also running down these guys as they battle.
Yeah, I think McCarr is very unfortunate getting behind that pack because I think if he didn't, I think he would have been much closer to these front 3 actually. Yes, Killer's gonna put a big block.
As Elite's gonna back out of it. As Killer sent it in to try and clear himself, it looks like Elite should be able to get to his inside this time.
Killer might have a huge run on the outside though. This is the thing. This is the good thing with the high line. You get a good run.
But Elite got the line he wanted. Is Elite's able to clear? Oh, Killer got loose! As Elite is going to be able to clear it now. JoJo to the high side. He's going to battle for second. If these two battle too much, you might as well go ahead and wrap this race up because Elite's going to be gone.
Elite is now the race leader. I mean, this is... That's where he belongs during this race. I think he has the best car all day. Gone wrecked, and he's worked himself up all the way to the lead. So
As yeah, it looks like JoJo. I think he should be able to clear here on the front stretch unless Killer gets a really good run out of here, but I don't think he will. But JoJo didn't get a great run off the high side. He had a decent run, but I think the runs out of 1 and 2 are a little bit better than what you see out of 3 and 4. So JoJo knows he needs to clear soon, and if these two, like I said, if these two keep battling, it's a wrap. As JoJo's finally able to clear.
I think if JoJo and Killer, you just have to short pit and probably block for your life here to win this race.
Most definitely, you got to push as hard as you can for the rest of this run, and as soon as you're good on fuel, you got to bring it down and get 4 in fuel.
Yeah, once you're good, man, you just have to go and pit. It's just.
As we have a slow car tie. I don't know what he's doing. Is he going to have an L? He is pitting. He's able to get down to the bottom. That almost had a huge impact on the race. But up front, yeah. And then look back at 4th place.
Yeah, Jim is like.
Jim's cooking, but McCard's also catching these front 3.
Yeah, McCard is very quick right now.
Yeah, he might have figured something out, but Jim definitely figured something out. He's on the move. I think if Jim didn't mess himself up with fuel or pit strategy, running out of fuel at the end of stage 2, putting himself back as far as he did, and just a few other things, I think he'd be in a good situation, a good spot. I think he has good enough pace that he could potentially run with Elite tonight.
Dude, I don't know. Him and McCard definitely seem as good or better than Elite because they were much farther battling traffic and they're all the way out battling for second and third almost. So this is impressive stuff from Jim and McCard.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, we're fairly close. We're coming to 23 laps to go. So I mean, I think we're there on fuel. I mean, we should see some pit stops soon.
Yeah, I think you see JoJo and maybe Killer pit this time. This is what I think.
Yeah, you see JoJo to the bottom. He's signaling. He's coming down. He's gonna need Elite to stay out a few laps, and it looks like Big Jim's gonna come with him. Yeah, he's gonna need Elite to stay out a couple laps on these old tires if JoJo wants a chance. But McCard has just completely ran down Killer. I think if you're McCard and Killer, you have to come soon because if you stay out, you have no chance against Elite at this point.
Yeah, I think with the big enough lead Elite has, I don't think it give matters no more short pitting.
I think the only one that might have a chance here, and that's if Elite stays out 2 or 3 more laps, is JoJo. But I mean, he's gonna have to fight his butt off the rest of this race blocking.
Yeah, but I just don't see JoJo the type of driver just do that though. So this might be at least race to lose here.
Looks like McCard and Killer both signaling, both coming in. Elite's still out on the track. Oh, a little bit of contact between McCard and Killer. Hopefully that didn't have any impact on Killer's entrance there. But up front, here we go.
Here's Elite. He's coming to pit road right now.
Yeah, Elite is entering now. We're going to ride along with JoJo and see where he comes out relative to...
He's right behind Killer.
That's Big Jim.
I'm standing Elite. Oh, Jim, I mean, my bad.
Yeah, I mean, all good, but we'll see where these two come out because they came in together. As look at Freedom up here. Did Freedom take 2 or something?
I'm not sure. This is a wild strategy there, Cotton.
As McCard, as all these guys are exiting. Oh my gosh, we're about to be 4 wide. We are 4 wide at Iowa. Oh, contact!
Oh my god, this is insane.
As Big Jim's going to be able to clear McCard up there too. Where do these guys come out? Or where does Elite come out rather?
Oh, Elite's gonna have a huge lead.
Yeah, Elite's gonna, while these guys battled, Elite is able to come out. He's gonna have the freshest tires here. Unless there's a caution, this thing looks pretty much wrapped up when it comes to who's going to finish P1, but P2 should be an interesting battle. And McCard, he's hunting down. And where did Freedom come from? Absolutely did not see this coming. Him and McCard both had that incident where it looked like they pitted a little too early, and they have both fought back to be P3 and P4 as McCard looks for P2 here.
Wow, this is insane. McCard and Freedom both had a drive-through penalty, and they're second and fourth right now on track. This is insane stuff.
Big Jim in the wall a little bit. Freedom to the inside. Freedom's looking for third.
McCard might be the fastest car on the racetrack. I think he has enough to catch a lead here.
As we went from talking about how good SHR looked at the beginning of this race, how about JRM 123?
Dude, JRM is looking like you don't want to mess with them.
Joker is grinning from ear to ear right now.
This is what you like to see if you're Joker here. Freedom is he's pounding on the back bumper of McCard right now.
Yeah, Freedom figured something out in this third stage. I mean, it might be a little too late, but I mean, still going to be a great run for him. We haven't seen him be able to finish races all season. He's been fast at the beginning races. I mean, qualifying pace, he's got to be one of the fastest there is in the league, but then just kind of fades. And stage 3, he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I feel like if Freedom could just fix his race pace throughout the entire race, I think he could be a championship level threat, but he just has to work at that. As Elite is coming to lap traffic, this is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, let's see how aggressive Speed gets to defend his lap. I'm hoping Speed isn't fighting too hard. It looks like he's going to let him go. Yeah, he is going to let him go. Very good job by the lapped cars there. A lot of respect shown by them.
Yeah, I don't want to be that kind of guy, but I am hoping for a caution. but I do want to lead today, but a caution will spice things up, and almost something spicy here.
Yeah, I mean, if not, like we said, I mean, we knew Elite was the class of the field, and it almost feels like we kind of talked it into existence, where you said they had to wreck him if they wanted a chance, and they did. And he showed how fast he really was, just driving his way through the field, and you see him now with just a massive lead.
Yeah, huge lead here over his two teammates, the Freedom and McCard. He's class of the field, no doubt about it. He deserves this win, and he does have a little rivalry up front of him, Jackson Altman.
Yeah, as we have 11 laps to go here, as back in third place, Killer is able to clear Freedom. But let's ride on board with the lead here and see how aggressive Jackson Altman is if he gets caught.
I wonder if he gets caught, will Jackson just let him go, or will he battle this?
10 laps to go here at Iowa. As an unhappy camper in the Discord tie racing. Not sure what's going on. I don't know if he lagged out or he just said, I'm out of here. He is on pit road.
Very unhappy camper there.
As Kenny and Dead Dad, that seems to be one of the few battles going on the track right now. As Freedom's going to try and give Killer the bumper here. Not gonna work out for him. Back up front, Elite still has a ways to go before he gets to Jackson, as we'll go back to this battle for third place. As Freedom is all over Killer's bumper. It looks like Freedom might have the better car, but getting there and passing are two different things. I think the bumper's going to have to be used, as Freedom's going to try. He's going to try and stick his nose under. Freedom did say before the race he ain't afraid to mess with SHR.
He's messing with them right now.
We are 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go, and let's go up front as we see Elite underneath Jackson. How hard does Jackson fight him here? It doesn't look like he's going to. Jackson's going to let him go.
I think he was prepared to pay for Requiem himself earlier in the race, so...
That was anticlimactic. All right, back to second and third. As
Killer, he's making ground. He's up to third. He's kind of behind McCarr. Let's see if he will make a move on McCarr. McCarr did move Killer earlier in this run, so.
Yeah. 6 laps to go. The real battle right here appears just to be who else we get to talk to tonight. Will it be Freedom? Will it be Killer? Big Jim's kind of faded back a little bit. Not too much. Him and JoJo are still there, but not necessarily in striking distance unless something happens. As we have 5 laps to go here. Freedom is trying everything he can. He wants to get under Killer. He's going to try it here. Oh, does he put the bumper to him? No, he does not. How long? Oh, Freedom gets into the apron. That's going to mess him up. He's going to have a little bit of ground to make up now. As I said, Big Jim and JoJo weren't in striking distance. Here they are.
Yeah, I think it happened with these final 4 laps here. And then this race, what if a caution comes out? I didn't think it happened.
A caution comes out. It's Armageddon at that point. It's going to be crazy as we have 3 laps to go as Elite crosses the start-finish line. He just wants to make it back around 2 more times, and then he doesn't care if there's a caution. Freedom's going to send it in again. A little bit of contact with Killer. Oh, more contact with Killer. He's going to try and get under him here. Like I said, oh, Big Jim peeking. He might try and make it 3 wide. Big Jim underneath Freedom. Freedom did not try to defend that at all. He got caught up trying to battle Killer, and now Big Jim is involved.
Yeah, he was trying to mess with SHR, and Jim was like, don't mess with SHR. He makes the move under Freedom. Oh, Freedom sends it.
2 laps to go. Freedom on the high side. Is he going to be able to get the run he needs to clear Jim? Oh, contact with Big... Oh, Freedom into the wall!
Oh, I thought the caution came out. Got really excited.
Elite crosses the finish line. 1 lap to go here at Iowa Speedway. An absolutely dominating performance by him tonight. After fighting his way back through the field, he's going to get it done tonight. He's going to lock himself in the championship for Elite is your winner here at Iowa Speedway.
McCard gets second and Killer third.
A great, great run for JRM and SHR. The 2 just completely dominated that race. As do you have McCard and Killer? I believe I have Elite. Actually, I might not even have Elite. Alrighty, sounds good. So Elite P1, McCard 2, Killer 3rd, JoJo 4th, Big Jim 5th, Freedom 6th, Kenny 7th, Captain Dead Dad 8th, Wuchia 9th, and Nobes is going to round out your top 10.
That was a very interesting race, exciting race, I should say, for the most part. I think it was rather cleaner than most Xfinity races, actually. So
definitely one of the more clean Xfinity races we have seen. Big Jim with the fastest lap of the race. Great job by him. Alrighty, as we have our podium guys joining us up in the booth. We're going to go ahead and get started with our 3rd place finisher, Killer. Do you have a copy, bud?
Yep.
Well, Killer, I mean, a very solid run by you. I mean, you definitely had one of the fastest cars out there. Were able to jump out to a pretty sizable lead at the beginning of stage 3. When that happened, I mean, what was your thought process? Did you think you had this thing won, or were you still worried that they'd be able to catch you?
Oh, I knew Elite was obviously the fastest car, and I felt like me and JoJo were pretty even, so the goal was to hang on the P2, but I am very trash on long runs, so Unfortunately, lost out to McCard there at the end, but yeah, much needed. Good run, good points day. We'll take it.
Yeah, huge points day by you. Alrighty, do you have any questions for our third place finisher?
Um, did you think you could have wrecked Elite there when you're making those big blocks and to secure the win, or?
I was just protecting bottom at all costs, and unfortunately, did not end up protecting bottom, but I gave it my all for sure.
Yeah, well, good finish and good P3. Then you should have that was a really good points day. So good job too.
Appreciate it. Good win, Elite.
All right, well, let's go to our second place finisher, McCard. McCard, I have two questions for you. First question: what happened under that manual caution? Did you and Freedom was there like a miscommunication between you and the race control about pit road being open? What happened in that situation?
Um, Somehow my Discord app closed and I didn't hear it, and then I asked too late in time in my party about it being open or not, and made the mistake. But yeah, my Discord app closed and didn't know if it was open or not.
Yeah, I mean, very unfortunate. It put you to the back of the pack, but you were still able to drive your way through and get a P2. So, I mean, the second question is, you think if that didn't happen, the unfortunate circumstances, you think you had the car to be capable to run up there with Elite and potentially compete for the win?
Um, I don't know. Me and Elite started in the back at the beginning of that stage, and he drove through the field way quicker than I did. I don't know, top five car. I think me, Killer, Big Jim, Freedom, JoJo are on that same group, 2 through 6. And Elite was in a class of his own, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, a really solid points day by you, a really big day. We talked about it, Cody the Bear not racing, and I mean, Elite, one of the guys we expected to already be in the championship for. You set yourself up points-wise in a very good situation with 1 point spot no matter what being open, so congratulations to you.
I appreciate it, man.
Heredia, you got any questions for our second place finisher, McCord?
I do have one question. What happened when you pitted the pit road? Like, was it closed? Was it open? Was it like a miscommunication on the Discord or something?
It was closed, but my Discord app was shut down on me. And I didn't know, and I didn't find out till late. Too late, and it is what it is. There, killed track position. I got lucky
Oh,
to get it back.
yeah. But that was a really good rally back up to the pack to finish what P2. So I mean,
Sure.
you had a chance to win. So that's good. So good job.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, let's get to our race winner, Elite Precision. You got a copy, bud.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations on the win. I feel like I talk to you all the time, but we're never talking with you as a race winner. You're always right there. Just unfortunate circumstances take you out of the running for the win. But you finally get it done tonight, and you lock yourself in the championship four. I got two questions for you as well. First question, stage two. What happened there? A little bit of contact between you and Jackson Altman, I believe. Somebody just being too aggressive or just a racing incident?
Before I answer that, let's go. Yeah, I'm happy, man. I really don't got no comment on that contact with Jackson. I'm just focused ahead now to try to get this championship for HMS/JRM. When that happened, I just took a deep breath and just try to hit my marks and get back through the pack and um, get back to where I was at.
Yeah, and you definitely seem to be the class of the field tonight. I mean, you definitely had the fastest car. Realistically, you were both of our pre-race picks to win. I took a different route just because I didn't want to be boring and us both pick the same winner. But I mean, a great showing by you. But now that you're locked into the championship four, how do you approach these next two races? I mean, are you still out there to win? Are you going to be a more team-oriented guy? I mean, McCard, he needs a win. Well, he doesn't necessarily need a win. He's in a good point situation. But how do you approach these next two races?
No different than, I can kind of ease off a little bit, but try not to make any enemies, even though that's always, you don't want to make any enemies anyway, but just try to give more room, and even though I don't get any room, but yeah, just try to. I want to continue to win, but I'm not going to be trying to make any desperate moves.
Yeah, definitely, and I understand that completely. Heredia, you got any questions for Elite?
Um, well, not really. Just you answer all my questions when you drove up to the field and owned the field like I thought you was gonna do and won the race. So, good job there. So,
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Well, congratulations again, Elite. Congrats on locking yourself into the championship for a big win tonight for you. I believe the Xfinity Series is at Watkins Glen next week, a track where I can see you definitely running fairly well. You're very good on the road courses. So, good luck to you next week. Good luck the rest of the season. Good luck in the championship race.
All right, thank you.
No problem. But that wraps things up from the Xfinity Series tonight here in Iowa. Heredia, thank you for joining me up in the booth. We don't have any F1 action this week. Am I correct, Heredia? D2's done, right?
yeah, D2 is over with.
So that's going to wrap everything up tonight. Tomorrow night, you will get to see Heredia and I on the track as we head to New Hampshire for the Cup Series second round in the playoffs. New Hampshire is going to be a very interesting race. Heredia already locked himself into the championship four with a win last week. So make sure to tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 to watch the Cup Series action. And then after that, we will have some F1 action in the D1 Series. You are at Mexico, right?
Yeah.
All
It's
right. So,
Mexico.
yeah, a little Hennessy double header tomorrow night. Make sure to tune in. But thank you all for joining us. Congratulations, Elite. And we will see you tomorrow.